try very hard to be in control of her and everything, but may as well not even be there at all.
I don't like how it feels on my sock.
Just stay there, okay? Just hold on.
How deep is it? Are we gonna die? Is the house gonna fall on top of us? Mommy!
Hey, we just got home, and you would not believe.
We are out of time. I have another patient coming, so.
Wait, now? What about the 10-minute warning?
Yeah, I just wasn't paying attention.
You didn't respond to the email that I sent you about my dream.
I don't respond to my clients' dream emails.
I know you have a lot on your plate, but she's getting better, and the rest of it is totally temporary. You need to be a team. This whole...
I know. The problem with that logic, though, is that I'm not a housewife. I work, too.
Oh,
I can see you now.
You've missed the last few weeks of family sessions.
I told you what happened. Our entire ceiling fell down, and we're living out of the hotel.
Yes on these, but no on the wine.
But it isn't even 2.
It's 1:58. By the time I ring these up, it will be past 2.
Yo, Crazy Pants. I was gonna partake in surfing the web for some things that I'm into.
What kind of stuff? I'm supposed to know how to fix this. I'm supposed to know how to fix her.
What is it you think it's your job to fix?
I'm asking you what I'm supposed to do. Can you hear me?
I would like you to get a good night's sleep.
Whatever. This isn't supposed to be what it's like. This isn't it. This can't be it. Everything is under control.
What's going on, guys? Tonight was my 3rd night of Beyond Fest, and tonight's screening was a new A24 film called If I Had Legs, I'd Kick You, starring Rose Byrne, A$AP Rocky, and, of course, the legendary comedian himself, Conan freaking O'Brien. As you guys can see, I'm rocking my Conan shirt in celebration and support of one of the biggest acting roles that Conan has ever done. And, you know, I'm a huge fan. But I gotta tell you, this is Rose Byrne's movie. She is absolutely incredible in this movie. It's a very claustrophobic movie, one that's very much centered on pretty much the plight of a single character, and in this case, it's Rose Byrne's character, Linda. Basically, the movie centers on Linda as her husband is out of town on, you know, a business trip. Her husband actually, I believe, is a naval officer, it looks like, and she has to deal with the fact that she's got a special needs child who has a condition where she has to have a feeding tube inside of her, and she has to maintain that. She is dealing with an apartment that had a busted pipe basically create a gigantic hole through the ceiling and just leak through everything. And it's basically just the anxiety behind that and the anxiety behind work. It's a very realistic movie, and it just gets you to kind of sympathize and empathize with the really difficult struggles that we have to deal with day after day as just regular human beings. It really felt like several therapy sessions in a single movie, and it doesn't, you know, it doesn't help the situation that Linda herself is a therapist, that Conan O'Brien, of course, is playing her therapist as well. And, you know, she's just not getting the help that she needs throughout this movie. It is a really, really anxiety-inducing movie, in my opinion. I felt like I was going to have panic attacks just watching Linda navigate through the challenges of everyday life. The constant henpecking from her daughter's doctor, you know, even small people who don't really play a significant role in her life, like parking attendants and everything, as well as some of the, you know, patients that Linda tends to and their problems, all of this just compounds. And in some ways, it's a very interesting exploration about sometimes the challenges and the anxiety and the claustrophobic nature of motherhood, and being a therapist can weigh on a single individual, you know? When you think about therapists, you know, we go to them for help, but the question becomes, you know, who watches the Watchmen, right? Like, who do the therapists go to for help when they need help? And of course, it's other therapists, but what if those therapists don't help? Especially since most therapists are kind of qualified to call out other therapists on their bullcrap. So, you know, this movie feels so real, and it made me feel really, really, you know, depressed, I think, watching it, and also anxious watching it. I won't say that this is a good time at the movies. You're definitely not going to be watching this sort of a movie for entertainment purposes, simply because of how really, you know, how much of a downer it is, really, just in general. You know, I don't necessarily think, and you know, I mean, it's par for the course for most A24 and, you know, independent movies. It's not meant to be a feel-good movie. It's really meant to capture reality, the anxiety that comes from daily life and the challenges that we have to deal with and overcome. The biggest thing and the best thing about this movie really is, you know, Rose Byrne and her phenomenal performance. I don't necessarily think that this is going to be one that's going to be looked at come Oscar season, maybe possibly Golden Globes. I don't think that Rose Byrne might necessarily get an Oscar nomination for this, but if she does, then honestly, it's pretty well deserved. She's stellar in this movie, and you just feel for her for most of it. But, you know, I've seen movies out there where actresses have just done phenomenal jobs, but the movies themselves just don't play well with the Academy or you know, potentially critics, and it ends up, you know, getting largely ignored come Oscar season. I think that this is probably going to be one of those films. You know, I gotta commend Conan. I think he does a pretty admirable job playing against type, playing kind of a really, you know, callous therapist in this movie. Yeah, I mean, like, apart from that, it's just, yeah, it's for a specific audience. I think really the independent crowd. There's a lot of surrealism in this movie, weird visions and, you know, different imagery that just feels kind of out of left field, glowing lights and everything like that, that sometimes Linda, the character that Rose Byrne plays, will see as she's either trying to calm herself down or potentially even getting high with A$AP Rocky, who, by the way, is quite good in this movie as well. A$AP Rocky plays kind of her neighbor. She has to go and stay at a hotel or a motel while her apartment's being renovated, and A$AP Rocky plays one of the members of the, or one of the people living at the hotel. And they pretty much just get high together because he's the only person that she can talk to about her problems that doesn't, you know, contribute further to those problems. He actually tries to help her. So he's quite good in this. Again, I can't really recommend this as an entertaining movie. I don't necessarily think it's, you know, my personal opinion is it's not really worth your time if you're going to just kind of turn your brain off and go watch a movie. It really is anxiety-inducing and claustrophobic, but it, you know, it captures really nicely, you know, the anxieties and the pressures of everyday life, and kind of, you know, that sense of depression that mothers get and that therapists get and ordinary people get when, you know, problems are sometimes too much to handle and you just don't have help. But overall, those are my thoughts on If I Had Legs, I'd Kick You. You know, if you want to see it for yourself, let me know what you guys think. Overall, see it for Rose Byrne and her incredible performance. And hey, if you're a Conan fan, go and support Team Coco. Yeah? All right, take it easy, guys. Have a good one. Bye.
Just think about the worst thing that ever happened to you in your entire life. Just for a second. Okay, you got that? All right. Now, I want you to think of the worst thing that happened to you today. It could be something as stupid as, like, in the morning you tried to peel off the lid of your yogurt and it didn't come off all the way. Or you sat down to write a note and you had no ink in your pen. Or you could have gotten into a car accident, I don't know. But what this movie does is ride the line between those things, between those giant tragedies and stressors in life and those little ones, and converges in a point where they feel equal to each other. There's some movies that you consume, and there's some movies that you experience. This is a movie that you experience. And so what I'd like you all to do is sort of, in a very radical way, sit back, certainly enjoy the movie, but give yourself to it, experience it. It has sights, it has sounds, it has feelings, and afterwards we're all going to discuss it up here on stage. Without further ado, the movie.
Please give them a warm Beyond Fest welcome. First up, Danielle Macdonald. Conan is here. The incredible star, Silver Bear winning actor, Byrne. The writer-director, Bronstein. Congratulations, you guys, on what an experience this film is.
That I went through with my daughter, where she was 7 years old and she became quite ill, and we needed to go we're New Yorkers, so we needed to be transplanted to San Diego to get the treatment that she needed. And we became these kind of demented roommates in this really shitty hotel, tiny room, 2 twin beds, and I didn't do the things that Linda does to escape. My escape was that every night I would go into the tiny little bathroom and sort of turn on the lights and shut the door, and that was my space. And that's where I had a never-ending, every night existential crisis. Drinking cheap wine, as eating a lot of junk food and candy, a lot of Jack in the Box, and that's the place where I started writing the film from, in a very sort of urgent, immediate place. So she sent me my script and was like, "You need to read this," and I was like, "Ooh," and it just was like very lit the page on fire. It was just this hot kind of thing that I tore through, and was just thought, oh my goodness, this is extraordinary. And there was such wonderful symmetry in the script with what's happening in front of Linda and what's happening inside of Linda, and I couldn't believe it had come to me. It was, it's an extraordinary opportunity of someone throwing you a ball, and you got the bat. It's wild. So and the film very much reflects what I read, what we all read. In mind for the therapist, or how did that work out? What did you think? I'll say this way. I'll let Conan say how he tells it in a great way.
For a very long time, the industry has been demanding. I work with A$AP Rocky. And I can't walk 5 fucking feet without saying, when are you and Rocky going to get your shit together? And you get it too, right, Rocky? Everywhere you go. All the time. And you work with Conan. Yeah, well, that was a disappointment. So we're going to do this the next time.
Exactly.
I had a mind of my own business. This is not something that I was thinking about when I got a telephone call from Adam Sandler, which always sounds like a prank call. Hey, buddy, what the And he said, 824, one of the Safdies, an amazing script, there's a part for you, do you want to read it? And I said, yeah, I guess I will. And he's like, don't tell buddy. That's not, don't get started. So I read it, and I was floored. I think no one does tone better than Mary Bronstein. I think she captures the tone perfectly. It's unlike anything I've read. I was floored, and I then proceeded to try and talk Mary out of including me in the movie because I really thought this is a beautiful piece, and I don't want to mess it up in any way. And you were just on me, Catalina, and so I just said, please. And then you worked with me really hard. You came to my offices in Larchmont. You worked with me, and I took it really seriously. And I knew my scenes were with Rose Byrne, and I adore Rose Byrne. And that was before I got to work with her. And that's just let's bond out. No, she's just the most amazing person. I don't understand how you do what you do. I don't understand any of it, but any good that I do in this film is because these two ladies insisted on it, and so they get all the credit, and it was just a joy to do it. And
I'm on film, and the cast to share the silver screen with you guys is honestly another dream come true. And I thought just watching it like today in comparison from when I saw like a loose screen before prior, I thought watching it today was so captivating, I forget like that I'm watching a movie. It was just so, and especially being a parent, this really struck,
I was gonna ask how it felt to watch it tonight.
Yeah, because he sat through, he watched it, yeah.
It felt with my anxiety a lot.
I read the script, but like in a really great way, and then when I saw the movie, I was like even more anxious, and I was amazed how well everyone was able to bring that to life. But I have had friends that have had postpartum depression, and I didn't know that much about it before they went through it. And so I thought it was really amazing that we're actually addressing that and talking about that. I think it's incredibly important. And it was, a beautiful set to be a part of. There was a lot of comedy in it, but I was kind of just devastated the whole time.
duct tape together.
I would think that you would like drive one in one block and then switch out and then...
No, they're all together. You want all the engines running at the same time.
Sorry.
It's so funny that I'm sort of in your camp, I think. I realized at some point I am a people pleaser to a fault, and I try to make people happy, and that is my instinct. And if I really like somebody or care about them, I'm the person who will go too far or step over lines. And so I realized at some point that my role here is to go against every instinct I have. Because me, Conan O'Brien, as Rose's therapist Rose said, I'm using my vast wealth. I cannot stress enough how much I have. Real estate alone. But I would probably say, look, all the things a therapist is not supposed to do. I'm going to get you, I'm going to hire a sitter, we're going to put you in a 4-star hotel, I just want to take care of you and make sure that you sleep, I'm going to get you everything you need, and then I realized this guy is the exact opposite.
And it was hard for you to find a way in.
Yeah, and I used to tell you I'm mad at this guy.
Yes.
I'm really mad at him, and you would say, that's not going to work, that's not going to help you get into it. So, and
We cracked it.
we cracked it, I think, yeah. So,
Yeah, for James. Does.
Jamie.
James, he's Jamie, yes. Sorry.
What I think what he wanted was some type of like just a way to order some drugs, you know. All jokes aside, I think he was just developing a cool relationship with somebody that you would least expect. I mean, it's just like juxtaposition. If you think about like yin and yang, they come from like two different worlds, but yet they were magnetic and they got along, and you know they were really cool friends. I think that it was cool because it didn't show that he had a crush on her, she had a crush on him. It was totally platonic, so that's what made it more interesting in my opinion.
Yeah, and it's sort of like, we talked about this a lot.
Thank you all for being here. Thank you for sharing.